Hello, Ari.
Hello, Mario.
Okay, only one of you is going to understand what that means, but doesn't matter. Hi. So yeah, I just felt like speaking for this one, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to go through the build and explain everything for you. I'm playing as the Trapper, as you can see, and I'm going to just be using Agitation, Brutal Strength, Eruption, and Discordance. Very, very similar build to last time, and I'm just highlighting over them all there so you can look at them if you need. And those are the add-ons I'm going to be using. I kind of switched around with a lot of them, so they change around a bit. Don't worry about them too much. The Trapper's power is very simple to understand. It's literally just put down bear traps and survivors get in them. And I'm just showing the Trapper sack. That's an especially good one. Definitely use that if you're looking to use the Trapper. For the first two games, I wanted to try and mess around with the coffee grounds. It wasn't great, honestly, and in those first two games I didn't do very well, so I ended up just taking it off and just using the Trapper sack instead. That was much better. Definitely use that, like I said. But yeah, enough explanation, let's get into the games. Okay, so I just want to let you know, like with my previous videos, this isn't live commentary, it's just I'm talking after the fact and putting it on because my microphone quality isn't great, to be honest, when I'm doing it live, if I do it through OBS, so I'm just doing it like this for now. It's just better for me, so this is how we'll do it, and I'll just talk about what's going on during the games, any thoughts I had, anything significant, things like that, so yeah. So since I got stunned there, I was just happy to get the pallet out of the way and take the hit and go. I didn't want to spend too much time doing that, and it was a good idea because, as you can see, there was a Yui right nearby. Very nice. And then they managed to go together like this. That was very lucky. And I'll also just take the downtime now while people are downed, literally, to just, you know, mention it. I'm going to try not to talk too much because I feel like you can very easily just have too much talking with this kind of thing, and it can take away from the gameplay. I want to let the gameplay speak for itself for the most part, so I'll try not to be speaking all the time, and hopefully it doesn't get annoying. So just placing that trap there, and it wasn't a good idea actually to put that trap there because the window's on this side. If I'd have put it on this side instead, on this corner that I'm at now, that would have been better because that's a path that is actually going to be taken. I should have taken that into account when I placed that down, and unfortunately I was just a little absent-minded when placing that one. But that is the main idea with the Trapper, is you want to place the traps not just in the obvious spots like under that pallet that I just downed the Yui at, but, you know, around the loops in high traffic areas where people are going to walk. And that's how you're going to get good value out of it, because it's a lot harder to see that one than it would if it's just next to the pallet. This Meg and this Yui seem to just be one and the same. They're just right next to each other all the time. And
I did hear that Yui on the left of me who was also injured when I just went past that generator. I believe that's where she was. And I decided after taking out the shack pallet, it'd maybe be best to go back to her. But yeah, that trap was a bit wasted in that little mini loop because everyone saw it immediately. But oh well. And then I just realised, oh, that hook's gone, but, well, I've got agitation, so I don't have to care. Which is the great thing about agitation, which is why it's one of my favourite perks. I can just get there in time, and then I'm putting pressure on two people once again. It's the story of this match, putting pressure on multiple people at once somehow, all the time. I always think that it's making the noises of being in the menu for some reason when you're in the abattoir of this map. I don't know why, it sounds like it makes similar noises that it does on the menu or something, and it's throwing me off every time I hear it, but... Because I remember thinking that in the game too, but oh well. And then I was proud of this one, ready, see? And then she vaulted too slowly in her reaction to that, and it got me the kill. Very nice. And yeah, so at this point, with one person dead, things get a whole lot easier. So much easier, especially with one of them hooked as well. I don't think this was a very good trap either, but it's okay. I was a bit not great in this first game with the trap placements. I got better as I went along because I needed to. I just needed to focus up a little more. I struggle a bit with that, with not focusing enough sometimes. Yeah, everyone's around me once again. I don't know how this is always happening this match, but I will absolutely take it. And then I'll take the easier down over here. Yeah, I was considering putting another trap, I remember that, but then I was like, oh, is it really worth it? And yeah, no, it wasn't. And then I saw the Yui's on second stage there, so just checked for a hatch offering. There wasn't one, so I assumed at this point, okay, Yu's just going to let herself die and Meg's going to try to get the hatch. So yeah, now we're in the end game. As you may have noticed with how I play during the end game with one survivor left, my priority is always the hatch first rather than actually finding the survivor. If the survivor just presents themselves to me, I'm not going to say no, but I will try to find the hatch first above anything else, because defending the two gates is a whole lot easier, especially with someone like the Trapper who can do this and trap an exit gate. So it gives you a pseudo activation of something like No Way Out, just letting you know when someone's at an exit gate. It's similar to that perk in terms of what it's doing. But yeah, then when I saw her at this exit gate, I decided, yeah, I'll let you go, as you can see with a little nod. So yeah, that's the first game. Pretty good, and the next games were better too. Okay, so game 2. I remember the team for this one was, at least one of the players was more experienced than the people in the last team that I came up against, so this was a tougher match for sure, but just as effective in terms of the result, so good. As you can see, I'm just taking some time to set up, and I figured a simple trap there would just be best rather than making it fancy on a tiny loop like that. Just, you know, keep it simple. And yeah, since everything was available on the map at this point, I was happy to just take a couple things out, get some pallets, shred them, and move on to more important things like the discordants that very conveniently just lit up as I wanted to leave, so yeah. And yeah, by now, as I was placing this trap, I realised, oh, she's in the locker. Or more accurately, now. And then head on. That's when I went, okay, now I'll take advantage of that and be aware of it for next time. But we got the pallet out of the way, so it didn't feel like it wasn't that bad of a thing to have to be hit by. We got our end of the deal. And then here I was just not focusing enough. I lost someone very easily. I'm sure a lot of other players would have been able to track her quite simply, but I lost focus at a bad time. It happens, it's okay.
And Jane here was just in... She was experiencing Armageddon. Just with all of the traps around her, there was nowhere for her to go. Nowhere safe. She was in my zone. Sorry, I've just thought of a thing. How you're sorry at your own court! I'm just thinking of that and it's making me laugh. But there, once again, I'm not about to be sorry on my home court. Got a nice down once again with the trap. Very, very easy. Very simple. And yeah, Rebecca just got trapped in a random trap off in the distance, but she got out straight away. I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it anyway, even if she was in there for the longest amount of time. So, yeah, nothing really to concern me with. Also, I noticed this game. I didn't really think about it much when I was playing, but a couple of the traps just seem to float for some reason. I don't know if that's a new glitch that's come in or something, but the traps just look like they're floating above the ground. I don't know how to explain that one. I've never seen it before. It's very weird. And that little hesitation from the Rebecca there was just enough for me to get a hit. And I heard this injured Yui somewhere, and then I realised, aha, that's what's going on. And yeah, she was a little too eager to jump out there. You'll find that with people with head-on, they very much want to make use out of the perk, because, you know, it's a fun perk, so they are willing to jump out if they think they can get it. But for the Yui, it was unfortunately the wrong time to jump out. And I just pretended I didn't see that Jane, but I very much did. And a nice trap once again. I'm very glad I did that one slightly on an angle. That felt like a nice one to have. See what I mean about the traps being better in these next games? Like I said, I really started to take it a bit more seriously, which I wasn't doing enough of in the first game. And Rebecca was wanting to get my attention with the little tea bags. I gave the Jen a kick, and I think I'm about to chase her for a little bit, but maybe not too much. But I saw that she's running right towards the generator with multiple people on it, so this is where everybody is. And I don't know when that trap got disarmed, but I think that's the one that Rebecca stood in earlier, so maybe that's why it's not active. So, that's a shame. wondered where the Felix went, but here he was. And that swing was very hopeful. I wasn't actually... I knew I wasn't going to hit him, but I decided to click the button too late, and I was like, oh no, this was a mistake, so I just swung as quickly as I could to get it over quickly. And just the wombo combo, the ultimate moves, just swinging around. And then she got me, and I was like, yes, well done. But then I think at this point in the game, sometime around here, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I playing it so safe? Someone's already dead. I really don't need to do that, playing so safe like this. So I committed more to the Rebecca, and clearly it was a good idea. But yes, when one person's eliminated in your games, just you can play a whole lot more aggressive. There's a whole lot more leeway. Don't be afraid to start doing more aggressive plays. It's completely fine. You can get away with it. Unless you think the team is very coordinated and skilled to be able to deal with that, but, well, I haven't met many teams that can, so you should be alright. Yeah, see, that trap's floating for some reason. I've never seen that before. Very strange one. I don't really know what the Jane was doing here, crouching like that. I'm surprised that she was acting like I didn't see her up until I got so close. But, well, it is how it is. You can't see through someone else's eyes. Maybe it seemed a whole lot more reasonable to her. And it probably did. And yeah, 2 down, 2 to go. Yeah, that was a little bit of a happy accident in that I was placing that trap in the wrong position anyway, so it ended up being a fake that made me at least eat up her sprint burst. So at least that perk was out of the question for a while. And then this was trapped off, so she couldn't make use of it, and I was very happy about that, as you see with the nods. I was happy to have planned ahead in that respect. Here we are at the cow tree, a notoriously strong loop that I'm surprised they didn't try to make use out of this throughout the whole game. No one used the cow tree. Especially not the vault of it either, and yeah, relatively easy down. Even stood under the pallet like a Giga Chad for half a second for no reason whatsoever. I don't know why I did that. I just wanted to do it, I suppose. But yeah, I placed this trap just in case anyone came over there, but no one was there for the whole game, so I'm really surprised that no one went there. Like I said, it's a notoriously strong loop if you know how to run it, so especially if you can link it into other stuff, so yeah. And as you can see, or as you're about to see, sorry, Felix got away, so end of game 2. Okay, last game of the 3. I don't know why, by the way, I'm not personally a fan of the Yamaoka estate maps for some reason. I don't know why that. I just don't really vibe with them for some reason. But yeah, they're not my favourite, but they're okay. There's nothing really wrong with them, I don't think. I have other preferences. And yeah, you can see me just placing down traps around the loop as usual. Standard stuff. And yeah, first chase, pretty good. By the way, this thing has a really awesome outfit. I really like that guitar on her back. I think it was a bit overkill, to be honest, to put 2 traps here, but well, that's what ended up happening. I couldn't take it back because of the trappers I had on. But I've heard people such as Otstava, a very big Dead by Daylight content creator, they have said things such as a bad trap is better than a no trap, and yeah, I would agree. Putting one down, even if it's in a bad position, is better than not having one at all, because at least there's the option for it to actually do something. Also, that was a lucky down. He got a bit disoriented. I was a bit, I don't think I did that very well, but he got a bit, got a bit confused, thankfully, and that made it look more like I knew what I was doing there. In all honesty, I panicked a bit, I think. But it worked out well, so it doesn't matter so much. And again, another floating trap just on the left. Did you see that? Weird. Very weird. Very nice trying for that trap to work there. Very nice try, very nice time, even. If I'm going to have me speak in this video, let's actually try to speak properly, shall we? Yeah. A bit silly of a move there from the Feng, though, because that's just given me a very free down. Makes my life a lot easier. for the rest of this match. It's just another one of the many times where I'm loving agitation, so yeah. That thing had breakdown, actually. I'm just realising when watching this back now. Good to know. I don't think I noticed that in the game. I'm surprised he didn't take that as well. I think he would have made it if he committed to it early enough. And as usual, just go towards the discordance, except when a free down presents itself. And now the discordance has gone away because someone is going for the save, as you can just about see in the distance there. So I'm gonna try and cut them off, or catch up to them at least the best I can, because I know they're going for the save. And if I remember rightly, this Jake is dead. So that's why I went to the basement. It was right there, and yeah, saves a hook. And then I'm just going to break this wall down, which I don't think I would normally do, but because it was right there, and that's where the unhook was, it felt like it made sense. Saved a bit of time. And this game is very much in my hands now. It's mine to lose. Because, you know, 2 people dead, 1 downed, 1 injured. It'd take a very mighty effort in my own stupidity to mess this up. So, and as you can see, even that is not possible anymore. That's a win. So, yeah. And as usual, going straight for the hatch rather than anything else. You know how I do at this point. I don't need to remind you so much. And yeah, just as this game's winding down, I'm going to take the time to say thank you very much for watching, because we are making it to the end very, very soon. I very much appreciate you sticking around and bearing with me. I know I haven't uploaded as often as I could and would like to, but yeah, I saw that door was open, so Nia has earned her escape for sure. And if you want to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you'd like to do, it's always welcome, but there's no need to. You know, I say it at the end of the video, but it's not necessary, so I just appreciate you being here. It's very nice of you. So, most importantly, as I always say, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.